door almost as loud as the concert. What? I guess that's one of the advantages of a private school. There are actually enough rooms to go around at a time like this. And when I think about it, the grounds and buildings of the schools are kept in pretty good conditions. That can't be too cheap. I've heard that this place has some pretty serious benefactors. Alright, we're back in the library. The walls of the library only partially insulate the noise of the festival preparations, but they're the only sounds to be heard. Now the soul stories here. Not everyone apparently enjoying the weather outside or working on festival events. Yuko isn't here either. Maybe she doesn't work on Saturdays. I quietly walk through the library now, fairly familiar with this layout. I head to the back where Hanako's private little corner is. I run my hand along the spines of the books on the way through, feeling the individual texture of each as I glanced across the titles. I used to do this all the time at the library at the hospital. Some things never change, I guess. I like the smell of the library. I like the smell of libraries too, sometimes. No matter how much care you take, the paper in the books is always going to degrade with time. Probably no matter which library you go into, anywhere in the world, it must have that same musty smell. I find something that looks light enough to read without any major thought involved, then look for Hanako in the reading area. Once again, she is sitting on a beanbag with her back to a bookshelf, reading the same book she had in the classroom. She's slowly making her way through the pages. Unlike the last time I saw her, I quietly take a seat in a beanbag. The noise is enough to catch her attention and not startle her. This delicate routine must be followed each and every time I try to talk to her. It almost feels like a hunting game. Hunger Games! Minecraft survival games. I don't know where I'm going with this. Is that the same book as before? Yes, I am almost finished. Cool. I wonder if I should... Nope! You always asked that! You never asked that! It could be her book. Do you mind if I borrow it when you're finished? My mouth is faster than my mind, it seems. Sure, you may not like it, but I'm sure it can't be that bad. After all, you've stuck with it, haven't you? I guess. I settled into my beanbag and set about reading my own book that had been buried in my bag. It's a light novel about pirates. You are a pirate! To be honest, I'm barely skimming around the words, having chosen the book merely because it belongs to a different genre than I usually read. Finding it hard to muster enough enthusiasm to finish the book, and noting that I've inadvertently distracted Hanako quite a bit, I decided to try and make conversation. So I see Lily left without you? No, don't do this. She nods before taking her eyes off her book. She must have been really into it after all. Lily said she had to go and meet someone. Oh. Akira, her sister. Wait, she has a sister? Sister? I never heard her talk about her family. Wait, if she has a sister, then wouldn't her sister be blind too? She and Akira used to live together. I thought all the students lived in the dorms. We don't have to. But it's easier, right? I mean, there's food here, and you're close to school, and I don't think I've ever been to class on time so often in my life. Well, that's out because you were a scumbag back then. Now, you're a disability, weird person that is after women. That's what you are. Her badly hidden smile proves quite rewarding. In the back of my mind, I know I have a bit of homework to catch up on, but it's quite comfortable in here. No one can find me here and force me into working on their pet project. Oh yeah, Misha and Shizune. Though, now that I'm thinking about the festival, another question comes up. Hey Hanako, what are you doing for the festival? Oh, you're gonna get smacked across the face. For a split second, I think that Hanako is about to throw a book in the air from shock. Demon be gone! Sorry? I was just asking what you're doing for this festival tomorrow. Anything planned? I don't know. Oh, she's angry. She's angry. She's hungry. I'm getting the munchies right now. Hanako answers in the way that people do when they don't want you to ask any more questions. I take it large crowds and loud music aren't really her thing. Of course! Oh, okay. Change the subject. So, what's Lily's sister like? Oh wow, and is she bipolar? She she's nice. She's pretty like Lily, but she dresses business-like. Business-like? Oh, don't tell me she has a suit or something. Oh, wait. God dang it. She's always wearing a suit. Ah, I see, and that makes her less pretty somehow. Hanako gives an embarrassed shake on her head. No, just different. You're wearing a suit. You're wearing a uniform. See? I'll admit it. Has got me intrigued to hear Hanako talk about someone other than Lily at first, and to be complimentary about it too. But as I try to picture this mystery sister, all I can think of is Lily in a suit, and I can't imagine that being attractive, not at all. Well, one day, get your mind out of the gutter, Hisao. Well, one day you'll have to introduce me to her. Okay, oh, she's blushing. Oh god. Our brief conversation ends as abruptly as it started, and we both return to our novels. The passage of time is marked only by the gradual movement of the patch light cast through the window. Through the window! Slowly the noises from the various rehearsals in the building fade out and die as students start to get hungry and tired. Just thinking about that makes my stomach start to turn knots around itself. I think it's time to head back. Do you think Lily would be back by now? I think I might head back to my dorm. I'm pretty tired from this week, and not a word of that is a lie. Moving to a new school as it ramps up for a major event has been taxing, to say the least. I can feel myself nodding off as I read my book. Okay, I might stay here a little longer. Looking at Hanako's book, I can see that she is only a few pages away from completing it. For a moment, I considered hanging around until she finishes, but once again, my stomach turns, emitting a gurgling sound. Fight the munchies, Hisao. Fight it. Sure. No! Well, I'm going to head off before it gets dark. I'll see you around, okay? God dang it! Freaking munchies! Oh, okay, see you, Hisao. Later. Freaking munchies, Hisao. Thank you for hanging out with me. God dang it, stupid munchies. I can see how hard it was for her to get that simple sentence out of her mouth. It leaves me hanging for a moment. It was all because of the munchies. I blame the munchies. So there is someone in this school who is even lonelier than me. Maybe lonely is a wrong word. I haven't been lacking company for this first week, but I've still managed to feel somewhat alone and detached. Maybe lonely is a wrong word for Hanako too. She has Lily after all, doesn't she? I realize I've been standing there for far too long without answering, and pull off a flawless, not too exaggerated smile. You're welcome. Good night, Hanako. Night. God! Fucking painting! I'm gonna shoot something. I'll leave her to finish her book and head back to the dorms and the promise of food. Food. Freaking munchies, Hisao. Because of your munchies, you couldn't fight the munchies. That's the problem. You're like, oh no, I don't want it. I want to hang out with her more. But then your munchies be like, blah, 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 blah. Eat food. The next day I wake up feeling a little lightheaded. It's almost noon already. Sleeping late is fine since it's a Sunday and there are no classes. Not just a Sunday though, but the festival as well. From my window I can already see some people at the soba booth slinging noodles onto plates for people with a craving of low quality food. I throw back a handful of my morning meds and ponder how to spend the day. There will be a few exams in the coming week, but I don't consider those as ominous as others. So I'm not as worried about them as I probably should be. With no urgent obligations regarding education, I should be free to spend the day at the festival as I like. Oh god, don't tell me you're gonna talk to Kenji. Finishing my morning routine, I exit into the hallway, intending to go out and find something to eat. Passing by his door, I decide to see what Kenji's up to today out of impulse. I'm curious if he has any plans, since everyone is doing something. Then again, I can't picture him having built a soundproof shelter in his room. Then that's pretty confident. Or possibly something like a fort, complete with no girls allowed sign, and with the girls crossed out and body crudely scrawled underneath it. Knocking on his door, which is luckily devoid of any kind of sign, I hear again the unsettling clicking of at least 10 locks being pulled back. Door opens by a crack. Who is it? You're supposed to ask that before you open the door. Oh, it's you. Darn, it's early. It's not really that early. What? What is it, man? Okay, I'm thinking I'm gonna call him Harry Potter, and he's gonna be a stoner. Nothing. Was just gonna ask what you're going to do today. Half the school is out there already. Out where? Why? What? What? Is today special? Why are they there? Why are they there? Who are they? I can hear them. It's loud. Don't tell me. Has the invasion begun? He suddenly looks more alarmed. Whoops! What day is it, man? Yeah, I guess you can't see the big wooden booths outside and people selling stuff. What the heck are you talking about? I have my curtains closed all times. It's what? The snipers. It's the festival, you know. That, right? Oh, crap! That's today. Dang it. Did without doom done. I have no idea what it is. I can't believe I forgot. I don't have my fort finished yet. This is bad. This is going to be a very bad day. It's good you told me this, man. This is going to be a bad day. Why? Snipers. Oh man, they're going to be everywhere. The people outside my window, socializing. What is he, like antisocial? Kenji rubs his temples nervously, suddenly looking very ill. It's going to be loud as heck. Darn, and I was going to go out today, but now it's ruined. Everything is ruined. This is awful. This sucks. It sucks. What the heck? This really sucks. I can't go anywhere now. There's nowhere to run. Kenji seems nervous. You could even say he's majorly freaking out. I can't believe this. So that's what today is. Darn. And I couldn't even prepare for it. I couldn't even brace myself, and now it's here and I can't do anything. You should have told me this earlier, dude. I mean, at least I know, but I could have known earlier. Imagine what I could have accomplished. Dude, what are you, peppy hair? God, sorry, I thought you knew. So I guess you're not going to do anything today. The weather is even good. Yesterday was really windy, so I thought today would be cold. It's not. Where did you come up with the weather? So there's no reason just to stay inside. Yeah, you should check the festival out. Kenji groans and covers his face with his hands. Oh, whoops. No, I can't do it. They'll eat me alive out there. I know it. That has to be a joke. But he said it with such a straight face, relatively straight. Legitimately. Look at his face. It smells like straight. What are you going to do? We should hang out in here. You can help me build my fort. We might still make it if we work together. I don't know. I'm pretty hungry, so I thought I'd get some food first and then check out the attractions. Your class project seemed pretty cool, and I gave a hand with it, so I wanted to see it. At least that one and chat with Lily, I guess. Speaking of that, don't you have any obligations for the project? Oh my god, his pupils. Are you out of your mind? That blind broad is up to no good. I can feel it in my spleen, man. Her presence is like a dark shadow that's in the way of my great vision. As expected of blind people. What? Besides, I thought you were also. He holds up his hands to interrupt me. Only legally. Metaphorically, I can see farther than any man before me has seen. Kenji looks stoically into the metaphorical distance to emphasize his statement, thrusting his chin forward to look manlier. Actually, it just made the corridor of wall 2 meters away, but it's just all the same. I can see the future of mankind, and it's a dark one, unless the third of women is satisfied. God dang, this is crazy. They are everywhere. He fingers his scarf nervously, faster and faster, like he is trying to start a fire, then slowly begins to calm down, and the panic attack finishes running its course. I'm going to have to find some place to hide in, a safe haven, and then knock the lights out of myself, so that I don't have to experience this horrible day. I have the perfect thing for that. I must prepare now. Don't go to the press. Don't tell me you have a bomb. Okay. He has a bomb. Later, dude. He has a bomb. He has a freaking bomb. The door slowly closes with a low creak, and I don't know how to feel about what Kenji just said. Woohoo! Festival. I have to buy a plastic plate of. What? You have to buy plastic plates at Takoyaki from a stall belonging to the class next to ours. I take a seat in the school gardens and watch people pass as I attentively nibble away at the rather bland tasting item. I guess I shouldn't complain. It's better than nothing and didn't cost much. Like what? 50 yen? As I look out towards the school, watching the people coming and going proves a surprisingly entertaining way of passing the time as I eat. Oh man, she's a woman? We're all gonna die because freaking Kenji has a bomb. Freaking like, those C4 yell out Kobe, and then blows up and kills everyone. Little children accompanied by parents or grandparents scamper about in the din from event to event, one hand dragging their company and the other bearing an oversized, colorful snack. I can't help but notice the age range among the people here is skewed, I think that's skewed, towards the elderly, something that I also noticed when I was walking around town. This must be one of those towns where the only people left are those that lived here their whole lives and ardently refuse to leave, or those ones to live out the rest of their lives in one of the increasingly few tranquil places. I guess that also goes a way to explain how conservative Yamaku school culture seems to be. Not that I'm buying one bit, I kind of like how calm Yamaku is and its surroundings are. The heat, though, is another matter entirely. Sitting in one place for so long has focused my mind on how annoyingly humid it's getting. Now that's the hottest part of the day is here. I better get God. I didn't get to read that. God dang it. The sound of curling bells takes me completely by surprise as I stand up, my reaction shared by a few of the people strolling around as well. The PA system crackles to life after the tolling bells end. Its age shows as the principal makes a barely intelligent announcement over it, officially opening the festival that's very much in full swing. It's quite amusing to contrast the pleasant smiles of the older folk against the alternatively pained and bored grimaces of the younger charges. The students, on the other hand, seem to pay it a little heed. Nevertheless, as that just finally ends, all are united in polite or not overly enthusiastic applause and then get back to business. Slipping a hand in my pocket to look as relaxed as possible, I casually glance around for something to do. It's something difficult to see very far with all the people around. I decide to fall back on a tried and trusted rule. Go where everyone else seems to be gathering. Right now, that's the school courtyard and surrounding. Throwing the used plate into a trash can, I make my way towards the school building. Oh, more people. Hello. You know, if Hanako was in here, she would be like flipping out. If Kenji was here, he would just blow people up. Seeing the number of stalls around the perimeter of the school building surprises me. Quite a few of the classes must have opted to have multiple stalls. In deciding which to visit first, I catch a sight of a familiar banner with a blue pattern border and red text. Lily's stall is a good place. Is as good a place to start as any. I'm curious as to how it's going. After all of the work she and her class have been doing for it. Oh, I did that. See this? That was me. See that? Wait, Coca-Cola? What? Stepping up to it, I begin to see why the class took it so long to organize everything. Why is there Coca-Cola here? Easily twice as wide as many of the other stalls and with equipment for cooking strewn everywhere. It's closer to an outdoor restaurant than a festival event. Get out of here, Coca-Cola! As the student in front of me takes a bowl of noodles and leaves, I walk up to the counter. The girl behind it seems quite exasperated and asks me to wait a moment before she disappears underneath the counter. Seizing the moment, I take a quick glance around. Steam seems to be rising everywhere as pots and pans simmer away. The most blind of the students are unpacking ingredients while being helped by someone who is probably the teacher of 3-2. It doesn't take long to notice Lily among them, talking with the teacher as she quickly counts all the boxes and packets with her fingers. From her expression and the fact that both she and the teacher seem to be in a state of mild confusion, it appears that there's been some problem in coordination. Before I can stare any longer, the girl behind the counter pops up again, only to look back and ask where the spare change box is. Lily pauses for a moment before she and the girl switch places at the counter, and the teacher quickly walks off somewhere. Sorry about that. We're having a few problems. What would you like? It takes me a few seconds to remember what I come here for. My eyes quickly dart to decide to read the menu sitting on the counter. Oh, I guess miso soup. Is that Hisao? Yep, That looks like you're pretty busy. Yeah, her face all but confirms it as she drops her waitress facade. Somewhere along the line, our order got mixed up. We're trying to fix it now, but it looks like we only have half of what we needed. Wouldn't serving smaller portions cover the over problem? It seems like that's what we'll have to do, though I wish we didn't. The fact that a good half of our class is gone doesn't help either. I glance behind her to see how many people are actually operating the stall. It couldn't have been over about 8. I take it that's why your teacher left. That's right, she's going to try and round up a few more of our classmates up to help. Hearing this sound of footsteps behind me, I suddenly glanced backwards to see an elderly couple taking a place on the line. I guess I'd better stop loitering around and chatting. Here's some money for the soup. Soup? Alright, coming right up. Lily turns and calls for a bowl of miso soup as I hand her over the money for it. Taking the coins in her palm, I can't help but notice how efficiently she counts them with her long, pale fingers. Eventually satisfied that I've handed over correct change, she puts it into a small metal tray. It isn't long before the soup is made and carefully handed to her, after which she turns and subsequently passes it to me. Thanks, I'll come back to drop off the bowl. Better freaking recycle. Thank you, Sal. Oh, there's one more thing. Have you seen Hanako? Hanako? No, not today. Why? She gives a small sigh of abject disappointment. Oh, that's okay. I was just wondering what she was doing for the festival. You'll come back when you're done then, right? Sure, I'll keep an eye out for Hanako too. Thank you, Sal. God dang it. She's most likely gonna be in the library. I walk off from the stall and find a seat, carefully cradling the steaming golden bowl in both hands. Compared to the dumplings from before, this is quite nice. A little too cool compared to what it probably should be, perhaps, but the flavor is enough to cover for that reasonably well. As a drink, I can't help but I feel somewhat guilty for not being as involved in the festival as the others. It can't really be helped, considering I was dropped into the school only a week ago, but it still weighs heavily on my mind. And the fact that a few students don't really seem to be enjoying the festival as much as the visitors. Eventually I finish my bowl and leave for the stall to drop it off. Considering that there seems to be no line at all, I take my time to walking up. It seems the teacher's mission paid off. There are more over a dozen students helping, and much of the unpacking has been done. Despite most of them seeming quite relaxed as they work, Lily still appears to be somewhat stressed. Look at this, look impressed at all, and I don't really blame her. The top of her issues with her stall, she still seems to be worried about Hanako. I can't really help her with the former, so I guess the only way I can help is by trying to take her mind off of our shy mutual friend. Placing the bowl back to the counter, I call out to Lily, "Hey Lily, hey, don't worry about Hanako. I'll go find her and hang out with her, okay?" I can see Lily's relief plainly written across her face. Thank you, Hassan. If you see anyone from the class, can you tell them to come back here, please? Will do. Have a good one, and make sure you take a break, okay? I will if I can. See you later, Hisao. We're getting Kenji. Kenji's gonna enjoy this festival. I leave Lily in the stall and head out in search of Hanako. In a way, I feel bad for leaving her with the crowds, but even though she was clearly under pressure, I can't help but think that she is enjoying herself. Oh man, bring the hallways. The hallways are packed with swaying crowds meandering throughout the festival. Click. But there's one thing I know about Hanako. It's that she's not going to be anywhere near this. And with the students showing their friends and family in the dorms, and I doubt she'll be there either. Following blind intuition, I move against the grain of the crowd. Thankfully, this crowd seems to be slightly less festive than your usual festival crowd. I assume this is out of consideration of the students' body. As I force my way through the masses, it doesn't take long for them to thin down this into nothingness. Oh my god, the freaking face. The face is back, and it's going to haunt me. This is not surprising since I was standing before the library. Even the most eager of students don't bother to show anyone this section of the school. As I enter this library, the noise of the festival fades into a dull background noise, and soon I am in the reading area of the rear of the room. Behind one of the partitioned desks, I see the top of a head, with straight, dark hair catching my eye. Hey, Hanako. I had a feeling I'd find you here. Oh, she's angry. She's surprised. The head jumps a little in shock before slowly peeping over the partition. Hisao? Hey, Lily's pretty busy, so she sent me to find you. Oh, do you want to sit down? Actually, I am feeling a little hungry. Would you like to go get something to eat from one of the stands? I brought some fruit, so I shouldn't be surprised, but it was worth a try. Expecting her to go outside today was a long shot. How about we in the tea room? I passed by it and on the way here, and no one was around. We can make some food there, and it'll be a little more comfortable. What do you say? Sure, let's go. Don't cover your eye. I gotta scratch my nose. Hanako closes her book and puts it away with deliberate, practiced movements. Good to go? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god. We walk side by side from the library to the tea room. As expected, there is barely a soul around. If it weren't for the murmurs through the walls, you wouldn't tell that there was a huge festival going on outside. Hanako carries her bag in both hands and focuses on just the floor ahead of her. Every now and again, she seems to break her pace a little and steps in slightly shorter paces. The first time it happened, I gave it no mind, but I soon noticed that she does it on a regular basis. Are you alright? She stops dead in her tracks. Oh no. Wait. Is she doing that one thing, like, if one in a parking lot I see cracks, I start going in the middle of it and like not touching the cracks. Is she doing something like that? Like tile hopping, I think it was called? I don't know. It looked like you were tripping over something. A pink blush rises into her cheeks as she gaze returns to the floor. It's nothing. I'm pretty sure it's that game, because I used to play that game. You know, when you say nothing like that, people are inspired to ask further questions. For a second, I don't think she's going to answer. Prepared to leave it be, I was about almost set off walking it when it's a game. Game? Do you see the floor here? What a bizarre question. The floor looks just like any other floor, covered in those tiles made up from squares of linoleum. Nothing noteworthy. Well, yes. What about it? Don't be a douche, Hisao. Freaking. I play this game. Sometimes when there's no one around, I only step on the darker ones. Hanako's voice trails off as her explanation continues until I can barely hear her voice over the roaring silence of the empty hall. Darker ones? Shuffling her feet, Hanako points the toe of her shoe at a tile that is barely a shade darker than the others. Like these ones. Oh right, so these ones are no good? I point out a nearby tile. Yeah. Something like that. Oh, I see. Do you play this game a lot? Hanako shakes her head. She said. Just when the halls are empty? She nods. So I think that's why she's always late, because she's been playing that game. Well then, no point in stopping. I'm beginning to get really hungry. She nods again, this time with a little more enthusiasm. Well then, let's go. Yay! We set off down the hall, and this time I noticed that Hanako is paying a little less attention to the floor. I wonder just how lonely does someone have to be to come up with a game like that. Hey! I'm not lonely. It just passes the time. But before I realize I'm doing what I'm doing, I find myself trying to aim each step so it lands on the correct tiles. Oh, see? You prick. The noise of the festival slightly louder inside the tea room, but the breeze coming through the open window makes it worth it. Without thinking, I would walk to the windowsill and inhale deeply. I sometimes forget how clean the air is here compared to back home. Would you like some tea? That would be great, thanks. It occurs to me that this is the first time I've been alone with the talk about her trying to be somewhere else. Turning her from the window, I watch as she makes a simple pot of tea and arranges some sandwiches onto a plate. I've seen her do this before a number of times, but this time she seems slightly different. It's like she's calm. Well, because you're hanging out with her. Obviously. Eventually she places the small tray on the table and pours 2 cups of tea. The fresh scent of brewed tea mingles with the breeze, and for a second I feel like I'm the only one in the world. I think I know why you like this room now. I don't know what you mean. She's like, I'm gonna murder you with a butter knife. Well, there are quite a few people out there, but in here, it's like another world. You can pretend that there's no one around for miles. You're right. Oh, now she realizes. Now she's not gonna stab you. Good job, Hisao. Good save, good save. It's like the world has forgotten this Almani. And because of that, you can forget about the outside. And then she's smiling. God dang it. That would be a bullying in some cases. As far as I can tell, conventionally, bullying doesn't exist in this school. But then again, I don't see a single person talk to Naka besides Lily. If you're ignored by the world, a place where you can forget its existence would hold a special appeal. That's a good point. It's like this room gives you some kind of complete freedom. Freedom! America. Yeah. Say, do you play chess? No, I do not play chess. Chess? I played it a bit, I guess. I take it you played it before? A little. Without saying anything more, Hanaka moves to one of the cupboards and digs out a small chess set. Do you want? Sure. Why not? I cut her off, but she doesn't seem to mind it. Oh snap, what the fudge? Rearrange the pieces and before long we are sending pawns charging to their inevitable fates. I take my time and intentionally examine each move and its consequences. Nostalgia for the game taking second place to the matters at hand. For a time, the game is lengthily battle of attrition, but I spot an opening and terror line. What the fudge? Line in her defense. A few moves later, her king is cornered and by several of my pieces. Checkmate. You're not bad at this, are you? An honest appraisal. Her technique is pretty good, but several times I was able to exploit her lack of prediction. I pick up a piece and examine it. It looks relatively new, yet worn for its age. I guess not. Aw, she's finally. God dang it. There's a leaf playing. No, why would you ask that? She's blind. She's blind. Oh my god. So, you made her smile, now she's angry. The absence of Hanaka's answer caused me to think about my question a bit. This is the first time I've played against someone other than her, or? No. She goes her off, abruptly leaving the answer hanging in the air. Someone she knew before coming to Yamaku. Yamaku, maybe. Well then, I'm honored to have played against you. And then she smiled. Yay! Can we play again? She asked as if she were asking to cut off my own hands. Oh god, the spirit of competition's gone into her. Sure, though, don't expect me to go easy on you this time. Not that I was before, mind. She seems to restrict the competitive tone. Same here. Oh, as we were setting up the pieces, there was a noise at the door. Noise. Good afternoon. Oh, hey. Lily? Oh, hey there, Lily. Are you finished? You both are here. Wonderful. Great. Our teacher managed to round up some extra help, so I was able to leave. Have you been here since you left? Pretty much. We've just been playing a bit of chess. Would you like a cup of tea? Actually, I think it might be a good idea to go outside for a little bit. Uh-oh. I mean, a while. This is a drop in Hanaka's face shows her objecting to this plan, even though she says nothing. I feel strangely compelled to voice what is plainly in view on her face, but Lily can't see. I kinda think that we should just stay here. Really? It's so crowded here that I was thinking we should leave the school and head to the local tea house. Oh! You mean Shanghai? Shanghai! Of course, with everyone at the festival, it should be practically empty. Tea house. Oh, that's right. You probably don't know. No, Lily. No. There is a tea house not far from here, and which we go to every so often. Sounds like a plan. Hanako, what do you think? Whoa! Oh god. Hanako jumps a little at being forced into the conversation, but at least she seems less distraught than before. If it's the Shanghai, I think it'll be nice. Well then, let's settle. Let's be on our way. I'm gonna save right here. So, I'm gonna end it here for right now. I think that's enough for now since I've recorded about like 3 hours of this already. So, I guess this should be the end of this session.